4,000 yards passing this year.
Nice fake. Finds Bond. At the 31-yard line. Stamps will be shy of the first down by about 4. Good time to go to the hurry-up offense here.
Well, we saw last night, Winnipeg and Hamilton game, that's really the only time that Chris Vargas had any success. So maybe Wally Buono watched that game and thought, let's try some hurry-up in the second half.
And up for the first down as Danielson makes the catch.
Pass is good.
Bevel and Williams wrap him up. Haven't talked about KD a whole bunch today, have we?
KD's been kind of quiet, which is almost unheard of for him.
Indication first down.
Got a nice look.
35.
You know, now he's been playing with cracked ribs. He's got a flak jacket on around him. His own teammate, Lamar McGriggs, got him in the ribs 2 games ago, and he's played 2 games now with the cracked ribs.
On first down, blitz was on. Garcia heard it for Vaughn. Terry Vaughn blowing outside on the toss there.
Second and 10
from Garcia. 6:53 to go to 3/4 time.
Well, that's, sorry, John, that's twice now that Garcia's gone to the right side of the football, or of the field. Jason Mallett out there. Vincent Donaldson still on the sideline.
From the 35, 2nd and 10, Calgary goes to the other side and no catch. Fred Bailey had it and dropped it.
Fred Bailey's usually the 6th receiver, or excuse me, the 5th receiver. He's the middle guy here, and he's just going to run a straight curl pattern in man-to-man coverage on Tyrell Almer, and he does a nice job. Tyrell Almer giving him lots of respect for his speed, just doesn't come up with the catch.
So Tony Martino Martino, high and deep. Rod Harris waits at the 30. Good move to get away from one. Harris tries to cut it up, but he ran into a swarm right there. Aldi Henry on special teams limited the gain to 2 yards after a 46-yard punt. Curtis Mayfield, 963 yards, 6 touchdowns a year ago.
Big part this year. BC game and Toronto late in the game. Mayfield came up with a big touchdown catch. Get the Riders back in that one. They end up winning, and then against the Toronto Argonauts, again in the 4th quarter, Mayfield comes up with a huge catch going deep again. He's got the big average, 26 yards a catch. A couple touchdowns, some big ones too.
Interesting when you look at those games. Big plays by Mayfield. Saskatchewan comes away with a victory. Mayfield was pretty quiet last week. 2 catches for 5 yards. Calgary wins.
Well, part of the reason for that was William Hampton. He did a good job of covering Mayfield last week, and he's doing a pretty good job, as you can see here today.
Mayfield did have the edge early, but Hampton has closed the gap. We'll watch this matchup a little bit. 2nd and 10, Saskatchewan at the 31. Slack getting some heat, eluding it, and he dumped it off for Walters. Just got rid of it in time.
Stacey Evans hits Reggie Slack right at the end of the play, and a little bit of a frustration hit probably for him, because he's replaced Ernie Brown in the lineup, played for the Rhine Fire and in Ottawa for 8 games last year, getting a chance to play, and he has to chase Reggie Slack all the way to the outside of the field. Hasn't really been back in the backfield too often, and hasn't played yet this year, so he decides, once I got my hands on him, I might as well drag him down.
2 and out, Saskatchewan. 5:09 to go in the 3rd quarter. McCallum in again, kicking into the breeze at Taylor Field. 1 bounce, 2 bounces. Well, it stops right on the ground for Vaughn. He didn't draw a flag, but managed a pretty nifty return of 7 yards after a 33-yard punt.
Terry Vaughn, number 2.
Kelvin Anderson averaging 4.2 yards a carry coming into this, but that average will take a beating today. 5 carries for 7 yards, Kelvin Anderson.
Well, in the first half, he had like three carries, and 2 were for losses.
So based on those numbers I just gave you, what is his average now?
Okay, hang on. You're going to have to give me about 3 quarters to figure that out. It's got to go into overtime if you want an answer there.
Stampeders trail by 6. They really haven't been able to get a solid march going in the 2nd half yet. Now would be a good time for Garcia to start. He doesn't get a chance. Jurison was all over him. 3rd sack of the year for Jurison. 135th career. And he moves a little closer up the old-time ladder.
Bobby Jurison just comes right off the corner. No one blocks him. Chris Burns blocks down, and Bobby Jurison is free.
What's another name for Taylor Field? How about Jurasac Park?
He'd like that.
Garcia found Vaughn. He was in trouble and escaped.
Garcia complete to Terry Vaughn. Makes it a 1st down.
Terry Vaughn is the top receiver up here. He's going to come across the middle, and he sees his quarterback in trouble a little bit as Garcia runs around in the pocket, and then he'll start waving, "Hey, I'm open. Give me the rock." Garcia heard him and throws it to him.
Stampeders at the Roughriders 39.5. 1st and 10. Shotgun Garcia. Time to throw. He fired high for Vince Danielson.
Pass intended for 88 Danielson.
Dale Joseph was covering.
Jeff Garcia has completely abandoned the running game. I mean, he is down, but it's not by a whole lot. A 15-9 score. It's only 6 points, and Garcia has abandoned giving the ball to Kelvin Anderson.
Still a light rain falling over Taylor Field. Second and 10, Stampeders. Big sequence here for Calgary. Lots of time to go with 3:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. Garcia can't get it away. He does. Danielson took an underhanded pass from Garcia.
Oh, boy, what a play.
Bevel was all over him, and Garcia found it a way to shovel it ahead underhand.
This is not coachable. This is athletic ability from Jeff Garcia, because you're going to see the blitz from Bryce Bevel. He's the nickel back on the play. He's going to come in from the outside, and He's the one who chases down Garcia. There's number 30. Now watch him chase down. How does he get this one off?
Should have been down there, but he found a way.
What a play. What an athletic effort from Jeff Garcia.
Actually, Danielson makes a pretty nice play on it to go down deep and pick it up. So the Stampeder drive continues now at the Saskatchewan 29, first down. 2:13 to go in the third quarter. The Roughriders leading 15-9. Bailey made the catch. He was wrapped up by Ulmer in a hurry. First catch for Fred Bailey.
Well, with Jeff Garcia banning the running game, you know you're going to see more stunts and blitzes from the Saskatchewan Roughrider defense. So that was a hot read for Garcia, meaning that he saw the blitz coming and just dumped it off to Fred Bailey. But you're going to see a lot more blitzes coming from Saskatchewan if they don't have to worry about run anymore from Jeff Garcia.
Second and 6, big down for the Stampeders. Garcia under the cover has Danielson again. He's out at the 10-yard line.
Garcia did a great job of looking right at Bryce Bevel and freezing him. When you're dropping as a defensive back, you're trying to read the quarterback's head and eyes, tell him where you're going to throw. Right now, Jeff Garcia is looking straight at Bryce Bevel, number 30, and when he did that, it froze Bryce Bevel right in his spot, and that allowed Danielson to work to the outside and get open.
With Benson Donaldson out with a sprained foot, available only on an emergency basis, Garcia is working in the area. Here on first down, marker down, Bailey's in the end zone. Stampeders are celebrating, and we await the official call on the infraction.
Offside, Saskatchewan number 21.
Touchdown.
Decline, touchdown.
An 8-yard touchdown toss from Garcia to Fred Bailey. And Calgary is even. 15-15 with a convert to come.
It was a good call. You see K.D. Williams and Henry Newby coming on the blitz. That means man-to-man behind it. When you get man-to-man, you see Bryce Bevel and Tyrell Ulmer standing right beside Vince Danielson. Danielson had come in and run a rub play. In other words, taking his defensive back coverage in there with them. They couldn't get off it. Bailey's wide open.
And Bailey's taking that football home with him. Stampeders into the lead at 16-15 into the final minute now, third quarter.
Ladies Platinum 10-17, then Rough Rider women's medal.
It's a hard-fought touchdown for Calgary. It took a long time to get.
And you think back to the key play where Jeff Garcia does the underhand pass to Vince Danielson with Bevel on his shoulders. I mean, that keeps the drive alive, and now they're in the end zone.
Fred Bailey with the touchdown to give Calgary the lead. This is the TSN turning point on the drive.
I think so. This is quite a play by Jeff Garcia, and it keeps this drive alive and gives Calgary an opportunity to get it in the end zone. But without that athletic effort from Jeff Garcia, that drive stops there, and now it's field goal. As it turns out, Calgary comes away with 7.
And regains the lead, 16-15, as McLaughlin gets set to kick it off. Stampeders 1-3 coming into the game. Saskatchewan 2-2, so a Calgary win, and those two teams are even. Saskatchewan win, and the Roughriders put a little distance between the two rivals. Rafael Greer has been dangerous every time he's touched the football. Chris Lewis forced him out there. 7 plays to cover 57 yards. Bailey into the end zone on an 8-yard toss from Jeff Garcia. It took 3:54.
That's really the first sustained drive that Garcia's had. And, you know, you get some changes in the secondary for Saskatchewan. It simplifies the defense. Now with new guys in there, you don't want to run too many fancy coverages. You just stay pretty plain Jane, and Garcia took advantage of it.
That's what I was saying. The touchdown was a long time coming because the Stampeders scored on one quick play and then had several drives prior to that one where nothing happened at all, and it was 2 and out. So Garcia finally found a way. Perhaps the injury to Vincent Donaldson provided him with an area to exploit. Injured Saskatchewan Roughrider. That's why we're in timeout mode at Taylor Field.
John Daniels was hurt on the kick return for Profile Career, but
Looking ahead to next week in the CFL, the Alouettes and the Argonauts at Skydome. Flutie and company. Friday night football, Winnipeg at Calgary. And the Bombers will be a little snarly. Uh-oh. Apparently, the panel's coming to Skydome. Are you with me for that one?
I'm going to be there, I believe, at Skydome for that game. And
They'll be in the basement, I'm sure.
We're bringing in the we're bringing in the tent, the Skydome for the panel. The big tops up, Skydome.
Calgary chasing Saskatchewan in the CFL West for third spot. The Edmonton Eskimos moving in front with that victory over the Alouettes. In fact, back-to-back wins over Montreal vaults Edmonton into top spot, and BC unable to control the Argonauts. Now, this was fun last night, just watching Don Southern finally get the victory. Tiger Cats deserved it. It was a wacky football game.
Yeah, you think back to a couple of calls, you never know. Winnipeg had a call, interception by Colin Scribner that they didn't get. It was a missed call by the official, but you're right, John. Hamilton,
you're still angry about that,
well,
aren't you?
I mean, it was a key part of the game, and
it was. You're right.
And it was missed. But full credit to Don Southern and the Hamilton Tiger Cats, who did win that game and deserved to, and definitely outplayed Winnipeg offensively.
Well, Vargas threw 5 interceptions, 6 by the Bomber quarterback.
Certainly deserved to win the game, and boy, does that tighten things up, because Winnipeg and Hamilton now right there fighting together and catch Montreal in a couple of games.
What are you thinking of your Reggie Slack right now, out over the ball, completing 8 of 19 for 70 yards through 3 quarters of football?
I think I'm going to run.
Well, when he ran, he picked up 100 yards in the first half. Throwing on the run. And he has contact. Rick Walters made the catch. Stampeders say no catch, or at least Coleman is indicating that.
Well, they're giving it to him.
The sticks, but I thought the official ruled Walters held on to the football.
Well, Rick Walters had a cramp earlier in the game in his back end and came up with a big catch there because he had Eddie Davis strapped all over his back.
For Saskatchewan, that's the first down of the second half. They go to the 6-receiver set. Slack swings it out to Narcisse, who slants in.
Caught by Don Narcisse.
Dwayne Patterson made the tackle.
Great speed by Dwayne Patterson.
Stop was made by...
Boy, he flew out there and made a tackle after rushing the quarterback.
That'll be the final play of quarter number 3, with the Stampeders on top by a point at 16-15. As we send you back to CFL Live Control.
The Saskatchewan Dairy Foundation is pleased to bring you.
Welcome back, CFL Live after 3. Rod Smith along with Obi, Les, and Marty, and certainly a momentum change in this football game in that third quarter. More pressure on Reggie Slack, but Jeff Garcia getting it done, and frustrating our defensive expert Les Brown the way Saskatchewan is playing him defensively.
Well, what's frustrating me is the way the secondary is playing in this. You know, Saskatchewan's defensive line is putting a lot of pressure on, and they're playing off big time. They're not even coming up and making hits like they should. We had a play here where they're throwing the ball out into the flat, and Danielson makes the catch. It's 2nd and 10, say. The guy makes the catch. The defensive back, Del Joseph, stands there, waits for him to make something happen instead of making it happen. Now he gains 3 yards after the catch, and it's only like less than a yard short. Now they do it the very next time around. The very next play, they come out, they throw another pass out to the flat, and they do it perfect. They come up, make the tackle. There is no yards gained after this catch. And this is what it should be done, the way it should be done after every play. Don't wait for it to happen, make it happen.
So that's on one side of the football. On the other side, Reggie Slack, well, he had to run before because there was so much pressure on him, but Obi, they're continuing to get a lot of heat on Reggie.
Well, I think that's going to the credit of the Calgary defense. What they're doing is they're giving him some different looks. When he empties out the backfield, they're bringing people up on the line, and they're causing overloads up on the front line of scrimmage where you're getting like 6 guys going against 5 guys on offense. And if you look right here, the backs are out of the backfield, and you'll see there's 6 Calgary rushers, and there's only 5 linemen, and there's a guy that's free to pick them up. So that's what's causing a lot of problems for Reggie.
Bob, I said after the first quarter that Slack was finally using Mayfield effectively. He had thrown 2 passes to him in the first quarter. He hasn't thrown a pass to him since. He's thrown 1 pass to his other wideout, Narcisse, and that was the last play of the last quarter. So I really think that if they want to win this game, they have to start using their wide receivers.
Well, Stamps have certainly got it going in that third quarter to take a 1-point lead. So close. Heading to the fourth. Let's head back to Taylor Field now for that final quarter. Once again, John Wells and Glenn Suter.
And you're just in time. Saskatchewan. 2nd down and 5. Reggie Slack was 5 for 7 with a good start early. He is now 10 for 21. He's cooled off considerably. And that was whistled down as Anderson moved a little quickly.
I'm not sure if it was Anderson moved, but he was the 2nd Calgary Stampeder, I believe, that was in the neutral zone.
Offside. Calgary number 92. Still 2nd down.
Steve Anderson.
They definitely saw Anderson. There's a couple of them in there.
10 penalties against the Stampeders now. The numbers through 3 quarters. Stamps have moved the football 227 through the air compared to 84.
That's what amazes me. 84 passing yards, but Saskatchewan still has the time of possession edge.
There's the quarterback, Slack.
On 2nd down, about a yard to go. Slack gets a first down. Saskatchewan, it's time for this Rough Rider offense to try and get something going. And I'm wondering, when you hear Slack's numbers like that, is Jim Daly thinking of going to this guy?
Well, I don't think so right now. I mean, it's only a 1-point game, and Reggie Slack, although he hasn't thrown the ball real well this game, has run it well and moved the football, kept the sticks going. So I think you'll leave him in there for a while anyway.
From the shotgun, he swings it to Greer. Off his hands and on the turf. Should have caught the football.
Well, you see, we just talked about Reggie Slack having trouble throwing the ball, but that goes down in the stats as an incompletion for 17. It should go down as a drop
for number 1.
Yeah.
Wally Buono was figuring that he was going to face both quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And I guess that's a little wishful thinking, because if you face both, that means one guy is struggling a little bit.
Yeah, means the first one didn't get anything done.
Slack, when he ran, he was successful, and he's halfway to a first down there.
There's the quarterback, Reggie Slack.
Coleman comes up to make the stop.
He's getting up slowly. Reggie Slack took a pretty big hit after that play was over.
They met earlier, and Coleman came out on the worst end of the exchange.
Coleman came up, and Reggie Slack got up real slow after that one, because Coleman came up and put a pretty good stick on the quarterback.
Riders short of the first down. Slack has 112 rushing yards as of right now. 13-11 to go, 4th quarter. Rough Riders will go for the lead here. Mason will pin for a McCallum field goal from 52 yards away.
His career longest is 55.
Watts on this. He's got it. You know, when you watch the officials down there,
They look at each other.
a field goal.
Yeah.
They try and do it in unison. And I don't know what they're waiting for, but they wait a long time before they say it's good. Just trying to get both hands in the air at the same time. Saskatchewan in the lead. He got behind this one. Brett Bailey to return. McCallum's kick. Well covered by Saskatchewan special team. Off the land. Limited the game to 25 after a 75-yard kickoff. Jeff Garcia rolled for a touchdown a few moments ago to give the Calgary Stampeders the lead once more in 18-16.
And John, guess who's warming up?
Well, Slack is hurt on the Saskatchewan bench.
He took that hit from
Garcia and the Stampeders beginning at the 25. This hasn't worked all afternoon. The running of Kelvin Anderson, curtailed again by LeBryant Robinson.
Well, Kelvin Anderson, had he gone to the field side of this play, would have had a big hole, but he likes to cut back, especially against Saskatchewan. He tried to there and got nothing.
6 carries for Anderson, 10 yards total. Shotgun for Garcia. He has to put it up. Danielson has been reliable. He'll have a first down. Got away from
Garcia's pass is good over there to Vince.
When you're the corner,
Jason Mallett. I'm sorry.
yeah, sorry. When you're the corner and Jason Mallett has replaced Vincent Donaldson in this game, you have to know when you come up to make a tackle on a running back, he's up there, or a receiver, you got to stay outside because all your friends are coming from the inside to help you on the tackle. Jason Mallett doesn't do it. He comes to the inside. Danielson gets outside him.
And Danielson picks up 16. Stampeders out at the 44. Dwayne Ford, first catch of the day. First time he's touched the football.
He had a big catch similar to that last week versus Saskatchewan as well. And all that's happening is Dwayne Ford, who usually lines up off the tackle just to help block certain stunts, just releases down the football field. And Saskatchewan linebackers don't want